right, so Black Nerds Talk. We're here talking about Endgame. We just saw it yesterday, so let me know what you guys think about it.
Okay, so out of 5, its entirety, the movie and what it represents, I give it a solid 3.5. But I'll elaborate my points later.
Oshay,
I'll
who's
give
the
it-
channel?
I'll give it a 4 because, like, honestly, I had a good ride with the movie, so it was solid all over. There's some little plot holes, but I enjoyed it more or less.
What would you give it out of 5?
4. I'll give it a 4.
I feel like I'm gonna be a just unnecessary fanboy, but I'm gonna give it like a 4.5.
At least it's not 5.
Because you guys know what all the emotions I went through watching that movie, and my 2 favorite superheroes, even before the MCU, has been Captain America and Iron Man, and we all know what sort of work they put in the movie. So I was just like, I've seen everything I needed to.
Mm-hmm. So I think before we get into parts we didn't like, maybe we should talk about like the positives. Like for instance, like, oh shit, what was like your favorite? Like, what did you really like about the movie?
Well, there were some good scenes, like when they went back in the past to get the stones. I find that like when Captain America fought Captain America was a really good scene because like it was interesting to see, you know, it's
That
like,
hot Steve on Steve action.
America's booty.
Oh,
we didn't see that coming, so it was really enjoyable. And I like when Thor got to talk back to his mom. It was good scenes to watch, you know.
that was actually a really good scene. I didn't think that was gonna play out as well. I thought Thor was just gonna be a bum again, but he actually turned out to be actually useful.
What about you?
Scenes I love. Clearly, it was that hot Steve on Steve action. I didn't enjoy as much like the first, I think, hour of the movie, which was very expositional, as we were talking about before.
Yeah.
The thing that I really enjoyed the movie from like once they started really looking into the quantum realm, like especially the jump and onwards. I loved that. However, the thing I enjoyed with the movie is that what I took away from like the first hour, you know, where they're dealing with the ramification of the decimation. If you didn't know that, the act that Thanos did, where he snapped his finger and wiped out half the universe, is called the decimation. It's a reference to, if I remember correctly, House of M, right? Where I believe it's House of M, where it was Scarlet Witch. It said there's no more mutants and wiped out 90% of the mutant population. But you know, Marvel Studios only just recently got like the rights to Fox Marvel characters, so they use the term decimation for like the half of the universe being wiped out. And I really liked how they managed that, like how you saw everyone was coping with it differently. You know, you had Steve who started like a self-help group and you know started helping people, you know, cope with it. You had Black Widow who took charge of like the Avengers throughout the world and the galaxy. You had Thor who became a bum. You had, who else was there? There was Hawkeye who just became like
An assassin.
he became a Ronin the assassin. Like I thought he was gonna be killing Skrulls because that's what that was the initial leak stuff that they were talking about in the movie. That you know he's gonna be hunting down Skrulls, which was gonna connect to Captain Marvel. He's like, no, I'm just killing Yakuza and other
Just regular dudes.
Just regular dudes. I just become another Punisher.
Pretty much.
Now that I think about it, I'm just gonna become another Punisher.
Pretty much.
Without guns, just ninja weapons.
Just everything else.
Right? Who else had different coping? Tony, who couldn't cope at all. Tony, like people didn't talk about it. Like Tony was in pain once he returned to Earth. Like he was just having no conversation with Steve.
Yeah.
Who else is there? Or even that's what I was about to say. Hulk he's like, I'm okay.
I'm okay.
I'm actually better than ever.
Right? Feel great. But you at the same time he did make a point. It was like, yo, like one of the reasons why it helped him come to terms with the Hulk is like one of the reasons we lost is because I wasn't at my peak. So I'm like, fair enough. Who else had different coping mechanisms? Yeah, different coping mechanisms. Yeah, Captain Marvel just like, I'm just not gonna be on Earth. I'm leaving.
Well, Captain.
There was also a Black Widow. She's like, she really wanted revenge. She didn't want to like go back and do the right thing, you know.
True. Yeah, exactly. I would say her and Steve the most because they didn't really have anything that like tethered them.
Yeah.
In a certain way to like keep going. They're just like it's better for them to go back.
And on top of that, the fact of the matter, like with the whole operation, like you know, if you go back to Infinity War, Tony was pretty much quote unquote in charge of the space mission.
Yeah.
when they were going to Titan to take on Thanos. So
Yeah.
that responsibility they shouldered and failed.
Yeah.
Took a hard hit to him. And if you look at what happened in Wakanda, Steve and I was gonna say Scarlet Witch. Steve and Black Widow, they took point, and they were the ones behind like
the
cementing
Earth side of the conflict. Yeah.
Yeah, Black Panther as well, but Black Panther was snapped away.
Exactly.
But like, it's understandable why they had the most
Pain.
yeah, pain and guilt because they felt they failed, so that's why they were unable to move on. Compared to like Hulk was like along to the ride. Thor to a certain extent, so they.
Thor definitely. Thor had the killing blow, or could have been the killing blow.
Yeah.
Which is, I think he had the most guilt throughout the movie. In my opinion.
Yeah, actually, probably. No, actually, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, like, his guilt manifested physically in the shape of.
Which was false advertisement, by the way. But I'll get into that after.
I would say, well, things I liked.
Yeah.
I'll say that everyone liked it when Cap finally said those words.
Yeah.
Avengers. It was. Yeah.
That was, yeah.
We waited for it since Age of Ultron. Remember the end of Age of Ultron?
He's like, Avengers! Credit.
Yeah.
What?
That was not nice. That was really mean.
I think you and I were screaming.
Yeah. This is a very upsetting. So we finally got that moment, and then obviously, for me, what shined the most was probably the last half of the movie. Well, the last 30% of it, like the fights.
Yes.
The fights were beautiful at the end. A little bit dark, but they were really great, especially for the big three. Like Iron Man put in work, Thor charging, his axes.
Molars.
Yeah, his
Molars
axes.
Swordbreak,
Yeah, to shoot through Tony to fire beams, and then Cap picking up Mjolnir and then swatting his shield at him, and
that was the fight of the big three. So that's what they're called. So in DC, there's a Trinity: Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. But for Marvel, they're called the big three: Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor. When the big three went off to face against Thanos, I was like, this is all I could ask for. Like, finally the three are united and they're going against Thanos. And then they all had, like, as you said, their big moments, like Thor charging Tony, Steve picking up Mjolnir, which was like, I grabbed you physically. Because I couldn't. I was like, I heard about that. There was a bit of information about that happening in the movie, but then apparently it was sounding like Steve was gonna die. And so I was like, please don't die, please don't die, please don't die. But like Steve just taking on Thanos by himself. I was like, and then when he just stood up to like Thanos' fleet by himself, I was like, not only is this a beautiful wallpaper, but like, please don't die, please don't die. And then finally, Sam Wilson had probably one of the best lines in the movie. I don't care what anybody says. Hey Steve, on your left. I was like, what? Yeah, that was very well done. I love that.
Something else that Sam did that was really cool. He stabbed like one of those
the giant Chitauri monsters.
With his wings. I was like, whoa! I've never seen you do that.
He was vicious. He was
like a bird of prey,
right? I was like, oh jeez.
But shouts to Wong putting in work. He was wrestling through Infinity War, but
true. He just came in.
Yeah, he dipped. He's like, I'll be ready when you guys are doing the next fight.
Right.
And he put in work. He's like, I got my army right here.
Right. The Masters of the Mystic Arts.
But and shout out to Captain Marvel. They would have lost that fight without Captain Marvel.
Yeah, she's the fight the least. When you were just like, it's about time. I was like, about time for what? I don't know. What is it? What do you know? What do you know that I don't know?
And Captain Marvel came in, but she put in work. Whoo! Or not for the fact like when Thanos pulled out the Infinity Gem and like kind of cheap shotted her.
That was a sick move by Thanos, though. But yeah,
it was bright. Caught her off guard too, but because realistically. From a story point of view, they had to have Captain Marvel be occupied with other stuff because if Captain Marvel was there the entire time, that'd
be unfair.
Yeah, she'd be like, "All right, boys, sit back." Like, is this Mjolnir? Who knows, man? She picks that up too. Yep. Like, now she wouldn't even need Mjolnir. She was taking on Thanos.
There was certain characters they handled them really well because they could have ended pretty much the war by themselves.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
The Sorcerer Supreme. He was literally holding a hurricane tide from killing everybody, both good and bad. So he was just occupied. So he had a good way of using him in the movie. Captain Marvel just wasn't there, and then Scarlet Witch and Thor were busy fighting on the ground. So like they actually kind of made use of all the superpowered characters. Just having those four could have ended the war.
Yep.
I like how they brought back the Black Order for this fight.
Yeah, good because they were to a certain extent they were kind of just special semi-bosses.
Yeah, exactly.
But the fact they came back just made them a little bit more important, which was nice. They had a bit of dialogue too,
Exactly.
which
Exactly.
which I like. But
And you got to see their interaction with Thanos more.
But in terms of final battle, we'll actually save points that we didn't like as much. But yeah, no, the final battle was probably the highlight of the movie. But what I really, really like and appreciate is the fact that, going back to what you said, when they had gone back in time, it's literally they were playing like the greatest hits. So like, you know, those things that you liked,
Yep.
and they revisited. So it touched like nostalgic wise.
Yes.
It made you appreciate the other movies.
Yes, it's very true.
So it was so fitting. It was the last movie because it was, you know, it's like a revision of everything that happened, and it still reminds you like, oh, that's true, and it brings out something you like, the good memories.
Yep.
So when the movie ended, I felt very satisfied.
That's exactly how I feel coming out of the movie. I felt satisfied. Like they brought back everything. They brought back characters that were long since dead. You saw them in different aspects of different movies that we've already seen. Like how, you know, Rumblo and like pretty much the rest of Hydra, the ones who picked up the stuff at the end of Avengers. You saw Hulk had to take the stairs, which I was just like, yo, Avengers deleted scenes. Like, why wasn't this added to the movie?
Right.
You had what else? What else was really cool? Oh yeah, I think. Hold on, what's his name again? I think it's the guy who the guy who wrote the comic where Cap said "Hail Hydra." I can't remember his name.
Nick Spencer.
Nick Spencer.
Yeah, he's on Spidey now.
So I love how this is a better version of like what Nick Spencer did.
Yeah.
Personally, than like in the comics where he just had Cap say "Hail Hydra." Like when he entered the elevator, I was like, "Are they gonna do it again?
Yeah,
like have enough time."
Yo, the greatest hits.
Right? Yeah, I was just like, it was the exact same guys in the exact same order inside the elevator. I was just like, are they gonna do it? And then, as soon as Cap ran into Cap, I was like, oh, I know what's happening now.
Yeah.
What else? Thor meeting.
Frigga.
No, actually, I was gonna say like original, like pre-time Thor, like Avengers Thor meeting. What's his name? Alexander Pierce. You know, that's the main Thor of Stark Tower. Like all those little things, I really like seeing all those interactions. Them adding all the different characters back in the movie. I really thought, I was satisfied. Like they brought back so many different scenes.
Yeah, even like little things like Star-Lord dancing at the beginning of Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
Right.
And they show the perspective. You know, you're listening to his earphones.
It's just hearing the music.
Dancing. I was like, oh, that's true. That was really awkward, but it was perfect.
Yeah. So that's the Thanos just ruining everything for everybody all the time.
But I really like Thanos's plan, like how it just worked out. The fact that Nebula, because being part computer or whatever, was able to like accidentally interface with past Nebula, and Thanos was able to figure her out. I really like that. I thought it was because I was wondering like, well, what's gonna happen? I knew he was gonna figure it out, but I thought it was gonna be accidental.
Yeah.
It was done very well.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
And it showed how intelligent he is.
Yeah.
Are there other scenes that I loved in the movie? Trying to think right now.
There was a lot.
I love the design of the Mark 85. I wish we could have seen the Mark 85 do more.
I would like to see him design it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed. Actually, this is forget the Mark 85. Rescue armor. I like the rescue armor.
Pepper suit.
Pepper suit. Pepper suit is called the rescue armor, and the thing I love about the rescue armor is that, unlike the comic book version, the rescue armor has very little capabilities when it comes to actually rescuing people. It's made to kill.
Yeah.
I love that. We had couple goals with marriage repulsory attacks or repulsory barrage. I was like, yo, wait, what?
Yeah.
Yo, I love that.
Yeah, that was sick.
Right?
That was really sick.
What are the scenes? Yeah, when they brought everybody back and how essentially Strange brought a whole army to fight against Thanos. I love that.
Spider-Man instant kill.
Spider-Man. I got this, guys. I don't got this now.
That was really funny.
And giving opportunity for everyone to shine in the last battle. Like how T'Challa was like, yo, give me the gauntlet.
Yeah.
And he was just like, no one was touching. It took Ebony Moss to stop him.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll just keep you from moving. Scott and Wasp coming in and just getting the quantum realm activated, they just really make good use of everybody in the last scene, in my opinion. That's, I think,
pretty much summarize what we like.
Yeah.